can hear me, if you can hear me, please give me a thumbs up so I can get this chat call on the way. Thank you. Hey Mo, you was first. Woo! Hey Warrior, Aphrodite. Hey Samantha Nicole. Purple. Hey honey. Thank you so much always. Hey Love Spare. Hey Regina White. Shawty and Shaw Baby One is right behind you. Hey Red Bunny. Hey Miss January. February, March, April, May. January. Hey DC Radar. What's good? What's good? Yes. I don't know which one to start with first. I'm going to start with the paperwork drop. Okay. I'm going to start with the paperwork drop. So when I get to the Dirty DJ, I'll drop the link after that. Let me get to the paperwork drop. And if y'all look in the description area, those are the resources from today. I'm not going to post anything from those pages, although they are Facebook pages. I'm not going to post anything from there. And we'll get to that when we get to it. Where is the paper? Okay, let's get this paper up. And this is a short read. I hope y'all had a good day today. I surely do. I sure like coming home to you. Coming home to you. I'm sorry, child, I'm all crazy. Coming home to you. Coming home to you. So let's get this read on the way. And this is with regards to Darren McDavid. It says reply in support of motion to compel disclosure, or in the alternative, exclude video one. Come now, defendant Darren McDavid, by and through his attorneys, both B. Brintley and Vadim Glossman, and hereby submits the following reply to support his motion to compel disclosure, or alternatively exclude video one. Introduction. The government's response confirms Mr. McDavid's basis for requesting additional discovery related to video one, that they have no idea what video one was shown to the witnesses at the 2002 Cook County grand jury or the 2008 Cook County trial, the heart of the conspiracy alleged in count 5. Reference. They admit it is impossible to tell what video those witnesses were actually shown at those relevant times. Reference. The government even admits that they received multiple versions of video one and that some of them are altered and manipulated. Reference. HSI agents made digitized versions of some of those copies, but did not explain what versions the agents chose or why those particular versions of the video were chosen. And when they digitize videos and shit like that, that usually means they are making it formatted for something else, usually like for a computer or something like that. Glaringly absent from their response is an explanation about who altered the videos, who provided the altered versions to them, or how the altered versions differ from the authentic version of video 1 shown in the prior state proceedings. Instead, as has been the case as of late, the government shifts the blame, this time to the Cook County State's Attorney's Office, claiming that it was their fault for providing them with the videos without labels or exhibit stickers, so there is nothing the government can now do to identify the original version. In short, the government claims it is not their fault, not their problem, and not their burden to explain. Not only is such a position contrary to burden the government assumes in proving their case against Mr. McDavid, it is contrary to established law. Despite the government's assertion, the original version of video 1, shown in the prior state proceeding, is essential to the alleged obstruction conspiracy and the only video that matters to the obstruction charge. Count 5 alleges a conspiracy to create false documents or records in violation of 18 U.S.C. Section 1519, and that 5 false documents or records were created. Reference. But the only video that allegedly led to the false documents was the original version of video 1, which was shown to the 2002 grand jury witnesses. Now, let me see. If they're saying that they need video 1 with respect to the conspiracy, and if they're trying to say that video 1 is the evidence that video 1 is the evidence that was recouped by what all the people, individual A, B, C, D, and E, whatever the motherfuckers are. If they go down the process of saying that, go down the course of saying that, then video 1 is important to make sure that they got that particular video. But once again, if it's just viewership and to establish if R. Kelly and whomever was on those videos at a particular time, at a particular place or whatever, then video 1, the actual video 1, and who, what version they seen at 2002 and 2008 is no bearing on this case. Like, who gives a fuck? Because you're going to get somebody on the stand to say, this is what happened when it happened. But they're saying that they need video 1 as to prove that was the video, one of the videos to show that a conspiracy happened and that it involved the recoupment of video 1 and what other videos. Then, they got, they have something. Well, let's see if they say. Okay. But the only video that allegedly led to the false documents was the original version of video 1, which was shown to the 2002 grand jury witnesses. For instance, the superseding indictment alleges that minor 1's father, and minor 5 falsely told the grand jury that minor 1 was not depicted on the specific version of video 1. They were shown. Thus, video 1 is the only recording relevant to the actual Section 1519 obstruction charge, and the content of that original version is essential. See, they are hammering at the content. I don't know about this. Let's see. For example, it does not matter if, as the government anticipates, minor 1 identifies herself on a different version of video 1 that was not shown in the prior proceedings. It only matters that the 2002 grand jury witnesses could identify minor 1 in the version they were shown, yet falsely claim it was not her. Okay, so now either, or let me do a part two. So maybe the big deal now, other than trying to show some type of some kind of shady dealings on with regards to this particular case, but are they trying to also say that, use that to say, okay, as part of their cross examination, when they get up there, if they're gonna say, but you told us when you viewed this particular video that it wasn't you. Now this could be different, right? If that's the case, then they need that video in there. So that must be not the way they're going. Because if you getting up, you're gonna cross-examine her. You're gonna say, listen, you said in this video that this was you. Now we have a different version. We don't know what version of it, whatever, but you're saying this is you. That video one would be good for cross-examination to make a contrast from the prosecution's case, as well as to somewhere slip in that the prosecution don't know what version of the tape that they have. Therefore, the jury should call into question, one, what the testimony is from minor one, her recollection of what she's seen, that it is now different because we got two different videos of several, well, more than two. But I don't think they're using it that way. Well, let me keep reading. Let me see. Let me go back a little bit. It only matters that the 2002 grand jury witnesses could identify minor one in the version they were shown, yet falsely claim it was not her. Because see, what happened in 2002 really don't matter. I don't know where they're going with this. That is because the essence of count 5, conspiracy to obstruct justice, is not whether minor one engaged in sexual acts with Kelly on a video, but how video one, the specific version of it at issue in the 2002 grand jury and 2008 trial, caused Mr. McDavid to act. Okay, let me see where they're going with that. So now, okay, I can see a little defense forming now. They may still try to go with Mr. McDavid wasn't aware of what was on the tape. They may go with that. He wasn't aware that what was on the tape. He had no knowledge. Nobody was no minors. He thought that he could have some, he could either have no knowledge of the tape. So therefore, how could he, be out here trying to recoup tapes? To keep R. Kelly out of trouble and shit like that, right? Or he could say he thought that there were, but if he said that he thought that there were adults on the tape, what's the sense of, goddamn it, trying to conceal, trying to get the tapes off the streets and shit? I don't know. Let's read. This court must compel the government to disclose information that identifies the true and authentic version of video one shown to the witnesses in the 2002 grand jury and the 2008 trial. At this root, the contents of video one are at the heart of count 5. If the government cannot prove that video one is indeed the recording shown to grand jury witnesses in 2002, any version of that video one must be excluded from the trial because the government cannot establish a sufficient chain of custody or authenticity. See, you're going a little bit too far with that. You're going a little bit too far with that because they don't need all that. They got a copy, they got the witness. Whether what somebody seen in 2002 and 2008, I don't see how that's a big deal. that they're trying to make it. Oh, I know why it's a big deal. Because they're trying to substantiate that the tapes back that was shown in 2002 or 2008 or whatever you want to call it were the tapes that caused the conspiracy per the government to form. So that's why they zeroing in on 2008, 2002, and 2008. They're saying that those are the videos that the government said that started the alleged conspiracy. So they're saying they need to have that particular video. Well, see, an additional argument would be if they don't have that particular the original or the videos that prove that they were out trying to recoup the videos. Because see, this is what I would make them do if I was the defense. I would make them say, hey, which one of these videos y'all actually say that my client was involved in with the recoupment? See, because you have a conspiracy that's involving some kind of physical evidence, right? So if you say that's the tape, then you need to show that my client was involved in the recoupment of a certain tape. Not no copies of it and none of that. And so they can tie in that argument that at the heart of the situation, at the heart of the case of the issue, it's not who was in the tape and all of that and all of that. Is that you're saying that my client was involved in a conspiracy to recoup certain tapes. Of course, you got to have the certain tapes. That would be I'm not saying I don't have the files, so I don't know where they're going with this. But it would be a more if you keep bringing up count 5 and the conspiracy and all that type of stuff, then look like to me you can make a plea to that judge that they're saying that this was the tape that was involved in the conspiracy. We need to have the tape that was involved in the conspiracy. If not, if you don't have those tapes, not the copy of them, but if you don't have those tapes, how you know my client was involved in the conspiracy? Other than the testimony and all that shit that's going to come in. Okay, I'm not excluding that. I'm just saying, I would say that I would need the originals. We don't have to be the originals, but whatever tapes that they try to get off the street, those as proof. If you're up here arguing back and forth about a tape, that's what I'm saying. So let's see. This court must compel the government to disclose information that identifies the true and authentic version of video 1 shown to the witness in the 2002 grand jury and 2008 trial. I don't read this. No, okay. At its root, the contents of video 1 are at the heart of count 5. If the government cannot prove that video 1 is indeed the recording shown to the grand jury witness in 2002, any version of video 1 must be excluded from the trial because the government cannot establish a sufficient chain of custody or authenticity. This court cannot let the old rotten tomatoes spoil this trial. Maybe they are going now. Wait a minute, I don't know. Insufficient chain of custody and authentication. The government must establish a sufficient chain of custody because the original version of video 1 is directly connected to the crime count 5 alleges. Reference. The false records were allegedly created in response to the specific version of video one. The witnesses were shown at the 2002 grand jury. Case law. The CD California 2002 stated that if the evidence is an object connected with the commission of the crime, see, boom, I was going there. Yes. If the evidence is an object, what I was saying, physical evidence connected with the commission of a crime, the government must also establish a chain of custody, which is sufficient proof that a reasonable juror could find that the item is in substantially the same condition when it was seized. Yes, I knew I was going there. I knew it. Damn. Oh, I knew it. That's what it's about, y'all. They need the original, they need the video that was shown to prove that a conspiracy of that particular evidence occurred. Yes. Go ahead on, Vadim Gosman and Mr. Bo Britton, whatever the fuck your name is. Yes. To be clear, the government misinterprets, the chain of custody and authentication law, particularly as it applies to count 5. They claim there is no chain of custody issue, but rather an authentication one. Yet here, the issues are the same. Video 1 must be a true, accurate, and authentic version of that was shown in the prior proceedings. And establishing a chain of custody showing that the tapes are in the same condition is one way to establish authenticity. And in this case, when they are talking about authenticity, they are meaning that that is the actual video at the heart of this conspiracy. All right. The government's distinction does not exist, but even if it did, the government must establish a chain of custody because video 1 is directly involved in the commission of the alleged offense in count 5. Yeah, y'all got it. Yes. And the only way that video 1 can relate to count 5 is if it was the specific version. Stop fucking around with me. Stop fucking around. Yes. Woo! That was shown to the witnesses at the 2002 grand jury and the 2008 trial, about which they agreed to make certain purportedly false statements. It is not relevant to count 5 if minor 1 says that some version of video 1 that was not the specific one available in 2002 and 2008 contains images of her and R. Kelly having sex. It is only relevant to count 5 if the video 1 is indeed the recording that was impacting Mr. McDavid, minor 1, and other witnesses to make certain statements to the grand jury. The government presently has not disclosed sufficient foundational evidence to prove that video 1 they wish to admit was even existent at the time of the 2002 grand jury when purportedly false statements were made. Thus, they cannot prove that video 1 they wish to admit is relevant to the charge they chose to bring in count 5. See, y'all should have made this argument when y'all, that argument this direct when y'all first made the first, what is the motion to exclude with regards to video 1. This because now it is shaping up and it takes form. Now it makes a bunch of sense why you need that particular version, why you need that video. For this same reason, the court must reject the government's attempts to skirt its burden of establishing chain of custody by claiming it only matters that video 1 contains child pornography. Yes, y'all got them. It says at its core, the government argues that the specific content of video 1 does not matter. Just that whatever version of video 1 they show allegedly depicts general footage of minor 1 engaging in sexual contact with Kelly. But this is wrong. Count 5 does not allege a conspiracy to produce or possesses child pornography. Instead, it alleges that false records were created in response to the specific version of video one that was shown to the defendants and witnesses back in 2002 and 2008. Thus, it does not matter that child pornography laws cover a wide range of visual depictions. What matters is whether the witnesses falsely created records based on the video they were shown at that time. That is how the government charged count five, and they cannot change it now. So check this out right here. And that's straight. Because y'all indicted that man on count five. So you can't change it now. That is 100% accurate. But here's the thing, right? That I think is a pretty slick move. They are trying to throw out video one altogether, right? It may be some kind of concession, or maybe the video remains, but maybe on count five, it may come up that it's not proven. Okay, we don't know. I don't think the defense have submitted their jury instructions, their jury charge to the judge, right? So we don't know what type of language or specifics they will put in there, right? But maybe if that video, they can't use that video to establish that a conspiracy happened. They can use that video and all the other charges, right, as far as evidence or whatever. But when it comes up to count five, they can use it, but they will have a strong challenge by the defense based on the premise that they lay out here. Okay, based on what they lay out here, they'll have a strong challenge. Damn. Oh, I'm rusty. Damn, I'm still on it. Still on it. Okay, the crux of Kelly's defense in the 2002 Cook County case is that the videotape in question was a fake, i.e., that it was manipulated, altered, and otherwise unauthentic. Kelly's attorneys believe this. Investigators were hired to investigate this, and experts were hired to confirm this, because the specific video they were looking at in 2002 was deemed to be a fake. Based on its specific character and content, decisions were made on how to proceed with the case. This includes decisions made by Mr. McDavid. That is why only the recording that was actually possessed in 2002 and shown to the witnesses at that time is critical for count five. No other video could have impacted Mr. McDavid and other witnesses to agree to make false records as count five alleged. Any other video, whether completely different or simply altered in some other way, and apparently there are several altered versions, is irrelevant to Mr. McDavid's case, as he is charged in count five with a section 1519 conspiracy related to purportedly false statements made to the 2002 grand jury. Any version of video one not available to the 2002 grand jury witnesses is not relevant to count five, and therefore not relevant to the case against Mr. McDavid. Surely minor. So I wanted Mr. McDavid, I don't know, maybe they saying he didn't tell the truth or something to the grand jury back then. Maybe that's what happened. Shirley Minor one is going to testify at trial that she had sex with Kelly on tape, and that the tape she is shown by the government depicts her and Kelly. Her mother will likely do the same. But this falls woefully short of establishing that the version she's being shown is the version that could have caused Mr. McDavid to act and purportedly make agreements with people to lie to a grand jury in 2002 and thereby make false records as charged in count five. Oh, y'all, we're going to have to find out what was the nature of this count five charge. Because it seemed like Mr. Darryl McDavid been out to the grand jury. Maybe he lied or something done happened shit. And maybe those statements under Santiago, maybe some of them is what Darryl McDavid said. to the grand jury. I don't know. The government's argument otherwise that it only matters that the video is of child pornography misses the forest for the trees. In this manner, unless the government can establish a proper chain of custody and produce discovery that does so, this count must exclude video one from the trial of Mr. McDavid. Yeah, so a judge can also come in and give limited instructions with and you know tell the jury that that particular piece of evidence, video one, does not apply to count five as it with regards to Mr. McDavid. It's a lot of stuff that can go on to remedy this situation, right? With regards to this videotape. I mean, when I tell you they should have made this particular argument, they should have made this first. They should have made this first. Because now it makes sense in my head. As the government concedes, it cannot identify or authenticate which version of video one was the version shown in the prior proceedings. Reference. The government cannot establish authenticity. Why I can say this word sometimes I can't. Authenticity. Authenticity. Authenticity through minor one or her mother. It is immaterial if they now identify minor one in whatever version is shown at trial. What matters is what version of the video was shown in 2002, which could have possibly motivated the actions of Mr. McDavid and other witnesses who are purportedly conspiring based on the video they saw at that time to make false statements to a grand jury. Oh, okay. They made false statements to a grand jury. That's what some of them statements are about, that they was trying to get excluded. The Seventh Circuit in 2012 stated that finding that the proponent of the video, who would identify himself in the video, could not establish the video itself was authentic. All right. And again, the authentication in this sense is that the actual video, not who's in it and all of that. No. And in this case, they're talking, is that the actual physical piece of evidence? Okay, let's see. Where am I? Okay, nor can the government establish the foundation for how the video was made, who made it, and what has happened to the video in the 2 decades since it was allegedly viewed. Case law. It says finding the proponent could not establish authenticity because he could not verify if the video had been altered at any time. The video had no other time or date stamp, and he could not say how the video was made or whether it had been ever altered. Okay, so in this case right here, now they're talking about the authentication, of the actual video. Okay, so it's two issues up. Is this the authentic evidence that is at the heart of the conspiracy? And can the video be authenticated as far as who's in it? Was it manipulated? Was it altered, edited? What if it was transferred? Did something happen in the transference? All of that. The dates, the date stamp and all of that. Okay, case law. It says the Seventh Circuit in 2014 stated that stating to establish video authenticity under Rule 901, the proponent should also show that the camera functioned properly and the operator was competent in operating the equipment. Whether version of video one the government handpicks to show at trial from the several unmarked versions they obtained from the Cook County State Attorney's Office is completely irrelevant to count 5. The only count Mr. McDavid faces regarding video 1. The government admits that they have no idea what version of the video they are showing. They do not, they do not, it was the Rotten Tomato that infected the 2008 Kelly trial or a completely new Rotten Tomato ready to spoil yet another prosecution where Mr. McDavid's due process and, more importantly, liberty is on the line. Such disregard and carelessness by the government must have consequences. They cannot ignore the need to establish a chain of custody when only one specific version of video 1 is at issue in count 5. They cannot ignore the need to authenticate video they have as that specific video. Yes, they cannot be allowed to show a video at trial claiming it was the one shown to witnesses in a prior proceedings without knowing if what they are offering is actually what they claim it to be, especially when the contents, quality, and manipulation of the video were central to the charges. The government must produce the requested discovery to establish that this is an authentic version of video 1. So right now they're talking about the actual evidence. Okay, this is what this authentic is referring to. Version of video 1 that was shown at the 2002 Cook County Grand Jury. Otherwise, the video they intend to introduce into evidence at trial must be excluded. There are no other fair or just solutions. Okay, so the end of that pretty strong. So remember, I told you a good motion has remedies, right? So they're telling you there is no other, tell the judge, there ain't no other fair or just solutions to this. There's no other remedies. At the heart of that count 5 is that actual video. So, wherefore defendant Darren McDavid respectfully moves this court to order disclosure of the items detailed above or alternatively exclude video 1 completely. Who wrote this? Okay, Bo Bridley wrote this. That other one with all the motherfucking tongue twisting ass words was written by Vadim Glossman when I read yesterday. So let me come on around here. Now they playing ball, baby. They playing ball. Y'all, they playing ball now. Oh, thank you, Miss Karen. Thank you. Let me holler at some more people. Hey, Karen Johnson, what's good with it? LaBelle Marshall, what's good? Because you got shit right. Yes. Yeah, most of the time you're right. Calm down. No. Y'all, but y'all don't understand. It's hard to try to figure out where these people are going and what's the big deal. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of hard. You don't have to file. You definitely don't work with the people. You don't know none of this. What the hell? Where they going with this shit? All you can rely on what you would do or what you think they mean. You know what I'm saying? Guessing a strategy is a lot different than just reading what is written and telling somebody what it means, right? When you're talking about when you're talking about trying to figure out a strategy, that's something totally different. Yeah. So that's where they're going with it. They should have put this in, they should have used this version. And when they all started with this video 1, I guess they got caught up in write a persuading document, right? They kind of lost that. They got down to the, hey, this is why we need this one particular video because of this. Then you know what I'm saying? Yeah. You see, I have to work a couple things around in my head to start making sense. Ain't Red Bunny, ain't Lester Jennings, Courtney Love. Oh, thank you. They probably dropped what you said and paste it later tonight. You crazy. I'm so trying to man. I hope when this case is over, they give him the tape that he talked about all this on the video. Okay, what's good with it? Yes, Code Red sighting. Hey, Samantha Nicole. Hey, Shona. Shona. Millionaire. I wish I had your name in my bank. Millionaire. Yes. Hey, Shay Dotton. How you doing? Yes. So let's get to Dirty DJ. Let's get to him. And what we do over here, we get down to it. Unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to show all this stuff, but if you took a glance at DJ's wall, go ahead. If you thank you. If you took a glance at DJ wall, if you haven't, make sure you do so right now. We'll take it down. Um, and I also added the resources from what I'm be talking about because I did a little investigation. And before I would ever like I'll say, yeah, it looks like, that's the truth or whatever. Shit like that is unsettling to me. Okay. So, y'all might want to take a minute and go real quick, go look at his board of that apparently somebody dropped down in one of his daughter's inbox. And we're gonna put it together. I'm gonna show you how this works. Show you because I'm back to being a rookie, okay? I'm on contract, so I'm on rook. All right, but hey, this is child's play. We've had to code all kinds of do all kinds of identifications and shit like that for inform all kinds of shit. So I've seen the best people, let me see, forge all kinds of shit. And one of the things that I ain't gonna say we use, they use as far as to establish a person's identification now is social media, right? They'll set it up, make it go back as far as it, can go with all that type of stuff. But those are professionals that do that, or professional crooks, that the government hires called white hat. So, and they hire those people to, do a multitude of things. So Dana broke this story. So of course you gotta give credit to Dana, as well as Levi told us about this nigga years ago. And apparently he was dead on the money. So I'm gonna do a little reading from what I got. I'm gonna tell you how I come to my conclusion. Give me a minute. Hold on, let me get my nose together. And when I put this together, I dare one of them old tired ass motherfucking women sit up there to say some shit back. Oh, that's old and old. You know what? Old only pertains to certain people. all these YouTube investigations and all these people going digging up your shit or whatever, that's old too. But no, it only pertains to certain people. And when I tell you, I don't give a fuck about no motherfucking old or whatever. When it comes to murder and all kind of shit like this here. This the worst shit in fucking America. And nigga, you better not say my motherfucking name again. You better not motherfucking refer to me. I don't want nobody Googling on no goddamn YouTube and putting in Angie and shit and your shit pop up. Because you know you can do that. I would never be a fucking around you associated with your fucking bitch ass. I'm getting mad thinking about it. Sorry ass motherfuckers. I mean, don't say a goddamn word. Don't even fucking hint. Throw no shade, subliminal, none of you motherfuckers. Because I'm telling you right now, from Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, I ain't fucking around with y'all. Y'all gonna fucking get it. I don't want to hear that shit. I don't want to hear. You could come out here and be the savior to the underdog if you motherfucking want to. Say one motherfucking word, and your ass will be next. But it's bullshit. Fucking disgusting. So let me go where read this shit. And Dana already read it. But actually I don't have to read it. Because Dana already read it. So you can click on those two links in the description and you can go back both to June the 22nd. Okay? On June the 22nd, you will read exactly what Dana J read. Now this ain't no coming out here backing no supporting nobody, backing nobody, because I don't do that. I'm I ride solo dolo. This is my own independent side street ghetto investigation, sitting up on my ass on a people job. Okay? And I just took a minute to do it. So you know what Dana read. So this is a couple of things. I'm sure I'm just gonna give you the ways in which I come to the conclusion that this shit is the truth. Allegedly. So I go to her Facebook page, the both girls' Facebook page. And sure enough, the message is there. And this is Thursday. I gave it time, you know. I gave it time for her to be notified. If there was some kind of hacking on their pages, they would have been taking it down by now, right? So I gave it this time. I went and saw it. It was still there. Okay, it was dated June 22nd. So it's before some things and it's after some things. So it's planted, you know, where June 22nd, where you would expect to find June 22nd. Okay. All right. Then I looked and saw people were responding to the thread. And they were replying back to those people. Even somebody was named the auntie with Terrell, named Terrell. She responded. So that eliminated it being fake, like somebody creating, like if somebody faked this, right? What they would do, one of the things they would do is, of course, create all these new different friends, right? And then comment on there, whatever, or thumbs it up or whatever. But when you look at their profiles, you will see that it's newly created, right? Or they don't hardly have any friends or whatever. So no, that's not the case. So these weren't new people. They weren't just new pages that were just created within the last 6 months or somewhere prior to right, right at June 22nd, a few days before or after. So that wasn't the situation. So these were some um, legit followers. Okay, even a family member. Okay, I told you. So I looked at that. So then, and see, this is where ignorance meet unintelligent. Because I'm gonna tell you this, I'm never gonna tell. I think that you should 100%. When somebody accuse you of some wrong shit, especially if you can make them look like they stupid, you should hit them with the motherfucking boom, or supply some information where this can possibly be. Because look at this, it makes no sense. Okay, all of that. I feel that you 100% should do that. So I look at that. Then I told you I was checking on his parent, right? I know I'm a kind of nerd sometimes, right? And I would sit on my ass and do some PBAs, psychological breakdown and analysis, okay? Just to see who to steer clear from around this motherfucker. So yesterday I had my mind halfway made up, but I just wanted to see, wait it out, and see some other stuff. So of course, the first thing that put my antennas up, it's not that if he didn't get the girls on his live or in that type of shit. No. The very thing he said about Larry White. Oh, if y'all want to know about this story, oh, y'all gonna have to pay me. I'm gonna have to get paid off this him. Which is an odd thing to say. But when you are the ignorant and the illiterate, I don't know what you'll say. So when you're dealing with somebody with a diminished capacity, you can't expect them always to respond as somebody that's not, right? So what he does with this situation, respond the very same way. And I was like, huh, okay. Then he posts some kind of, I'm gonna tell you, let me read it. Then he posts, it says, Dana Leela and the rest of you clowns. Think you know my kids? And I took a screenshot, so I can't press the rest of it. But anyway, if y'all read it and seen it, y'all know what I'm talking about. So what he posted, it was um excuse me, one of three parts, right? So it says, so apparently somebody from over there then went into that girl's inbox, to Katia's inbox. Now you know they are infamous for going to different people and saying, "Yeah, you need to talk to DJ Tyson, you need to do whatever." Then the people will reach out to him. He'll come on and say, "Yeah, they reached out to me. I ain't reached out to them, whatever." That's the bullshit. And unfortunately, we have a whole bunch of subpar motherfuckers that roam these streets in animal clothing thinking that they're smart or they can outsmart any motherfucking body. I am so glad that, yeah, I got the training. I'll never, I even took the profiling training. I got a call with my cousin where she thought I had moved to Virginia. No, I went there because I went to training. But outside of that, I got common sense and I got discernment. I got all of that too. Just like all of you. But a lot of these motherfucking unintelligent, ignorant motherfuckers, what they do is when they know they can't match you with the intellect, they'll try to outthink you or outsmart you with the city slick shit. Because and then they'll give motherfucking excuses why they can't challenge your ass on the intellectual level. Not knowing, motherfucker, I can flip that script and meet you on the motherfucking street. Now I can't meet you in the ghetto or in the sewer where some of these motherfuckers reside, but I can meet you on the streets. And no, I don't know nothing about no drugs and no hoes and no guns and shit like that. But I know general information. I know when shit don't, it sounds like it's some motherfucker that's trying to be slick and shit, right? So anyway, so that's the little games they play. And because they're not bright, and I'm not talking about everybody over there. I'm not talking about everybody over there. That's not what I'm saying. Just the selective few. Because they're not bright, they think they can run this motherfucking shit on everybody and it will work. No, it ain't gonna work. And let me tell you something. I can't pass hold on. Let me not say that because I'll pass judgment. I can't be inside anybody's brain to know what nobody thinks. Okay. But I have gotten a sense around here that people believe that this world breaks down on whether you support R. Kelly or you don't. I don't give a fuck about none of that. And that shouldn't be at the forefront of your fucking life. Whether you know him or not. It don't make no motherfucking sense. Oh, child, I got a taste for one of them goddamn taco supremes and shit from Taco Bell, but oh. Damn, why that little mystery meat? I don't know what they put on the taco, baby. Ooh, woo. The only people that make them any better is me. Shit. But anyway. Oh, Lord. But anyway. So, I don't give a fuck about that shit. That is not the deciding force in my goddamn life. And it shouldn't be in yours. It don't make no goddamn sense. Most of us don't even know them. And most of us don't even know each other. And you got people decide whether they like you or dislike you based on that factor. You got motherfuckers launching YouTube investigations based on that factor and who you appear to be close with or tight with or whatever. It's unbelievable. So that makes me think that some of you motherfuckers ain't wrapped too tight. If you think that's the deciding factor. Some of you are off. But anyway, but listen, so let me get back to what I was saying. So, and when I talk in generalization, I'm not talking about everybody. Actually, Most of us got good sense and all that. Okay, we got discernment and all that type of stuff. And hey, and I know a lot of y'all, you know, believes, and I do believe that God forgives and all of that. God forgive. I can try to forgive, but that don't mean I got to deal with you if you of a certain kind. That don't mean that. So anyway, somebody must be dropped. Somebody from over there must be deployed their little motherfucking system of, making him feel like he's somebody, and reached out to this girl. So let me tell you what happens. It says he posted this with his ignorant ass. Hi, Katia. Someone on YouTube is showing your Facebook post. It is a person who is mad with your dad. He showed your picture and your sister. Strike his page, please. Yeah. Somebody on Facebook, and I think Dana was showing something from Facebook, but this person is asking her to strike Dana's page. This is from Facebook. So, and I right there, you know. Anyway, let me get to it. So if you go over there, you see what it is. The second screenshot he has is from Katia. She tells the person, "You don't know me well enough to tell me who Kevin Terrell is, and I don't talk to random people about shit that has nothing to do with you. So you coming in my inbox is confusing. I don't need an interview. I know what I said and what happened. Now, please don't inbox me or my family to our police will get involved, even though they already are." Okay? Now, right there, let me tell you what happened. This is slide 1 and 2. He conveniently left out, or maybe the idiot, whoever was dropped into this girl inbox, left off the conversation where whomever went over there as his representative, the conversation about they were trying to big up DJ, like saying like your dad ain't like this, trying to say nice things about their daddy, DJ, and also telling her that she need to do an interview with him. Probably like come on my channel, come on his channel and stuff. They conveniently left that conversation off. Yeah. See, a bitch like me will catch that. That's easy. Yeah. You left that off. Why didn't you post that? I know one, you definitely don't like people knowing that you motherfuckers go and harass these other bloggers and shit like that to try to get his funky ass on their show and shit and all of that. You need to go talk to DJ. You need to go talk to DJ. Y'all know y'all how y'all get down. Y'all know how y'all do it. I ain't got to explain to the people. If anybody ain't caught on to that yet after all these years, well, now you know. And I don't give a fuck who gets mad. Because that nigga keeps my motherfucking name in his mouth. JoJo said somebody's motherfucking ass. He up there talking about, well, you need to play with your avatar and whatever. Why you don't keep that shit with JoJo? I ain't said that shit about your motherfucking ass. And as a matter of fact, when he do all kind of shit like that, I get on JoJo. But I would tell you to go play with your avatar. Oh, but you don't have one. Oh, I'm sorry, you never did have one. I would tell you to go play with the queen. Oh shit, you don't have her either. She probably saw, well, yeah, and you know what? And because I owe a lot of motherfucking people, motherfuckers put, with the memes and all this type of shit, whatever, all of that, whatever, you know, or a lot of you motherfuckers. So make sure y'all like, share, and subscribe to that channel, and our channel by Angie too, which can found when you hit the button channels on this channel, you'll see two, the Blue House as well as our channel by Angie too. That's where a lot of fuck shit will be going on, because I ain't forgot. You just ain't important enough for me to get to, and I don't want to hear shit, because I won't fuck with nobody. I ain't said shit about no motherfucking body. But you want my attention. And the word of Skylight, once I take a break from winning, getting these extra bags, and putting people to work to get bags, I'll get to your ass. Okay? So anyway, so it may be, nigga, that she saw that you went to sleep in the same motherfucking outfit and woke up and went to sleep again in the same motherfucking outfit. Yeah, I got your pictures. Yeah, I snapped them motherfuckers too. Since you can't keep my motherfucking name out your goddamn mouth. Yeah, she discovered your motherfucking ass. So let me tell you. So let me get back to the reading. That was 2. So the third picture, the third slide, it says, this is from the person that dropped down in her inbox. I truly apologize. I just want to inform you that someone was showing your information without your consent. And then she responded, oh, I know, I saved the video. I'm using it for evidence, right? Now, this girl did not say, now listen what she said in 2, slide 2. You do not know me well enough to tell me who Kevin Terrell is, and I don't talk to random people about shit that has nothing to do with you. So you coming in my inbox is confusing. I don't need an interview. I know what I said. Meaning, she said she knew what she said. You look at the what we're talking about. That's what she said about her dad. She don't make no other references about him. That's what she's talking about in that chain. Even when you go to their Facebook on one girl, somebody posted up Dana's live as well as her dad's live on that same thread. Okay. So she said she know what she's saying. Here's Thursday. She didn't take it down. She's telling this person, you can't tell me about Kevin Terrell. Yeah. You know, they thing is the interview shit. She said, I know what I said and what happened. Now, please don't inbox me or my family. She know what she said and what happened. That's not somebody hacked my page. Oh, I didn't say that. I don't know what happened. That's none of that. She's saying, I know what I said. I know what happened. And it's still on her thread. And both of those accounts, those threads are still there. It hasn't been removed. So like, this is some fucked up shit. Your ass needs to be, let me tell you something. I don't know how they do it where you are or where you came from. But here in the dirty, it'll be motherfuckers chasing your ass with guns, bricks, motherfucking bullets in their hands to throw at you, rocks, all kinds of shit. You the lowest of the motherfucking low, nigga. The lowest of the motherfucking low. And your motherfucking ass, you have a habit of what they call in psychology projecting. So yeah, you can say that shit about R. Kelly when you said it. You can also reconcile in your motherfucking in your head that he allegedly did nothing wrong. Yeah, you a terrible motherfucker. I wouldn't fuck with you. Let me tell you something. And shout out to Levi who said a whole bunch of motherfucking shit about that goddamn nigga. Yeah, I don't know how you motherfuckers get down. Where you at, baby? But honey, that's some fuck shit right there. This some fuck shit. That girl didn't say that wasn't true about my dad, none of that. And your ignorant ass post that shit up, acting like it exonerated you. Well, my son ain't gonna have a Larry ending. You incriminate yourself, dummy. You don't call me dumb. Now look at you, dummy. Yeah, you gonna come back with the God tip. And some of you nasty motherfuckers over there. Oh, this old shit. Oh, DJ, we forgive you. God done forgave you. Yeah, he probably have. Yeah. You conveniently left out the conversation in between the who whatever this nut dropped down in her inbox to her responding. Where that part at? Why you left that off? Yeah, because you didn't want us to see about the interview shit and all that. You know how y'all motherfuckers do. Trying to establish that motherfucker as a motherfucker that's about shit or about something. That motherfucker ain't about shit. Yeah. I don't give a fuck what nobody say. Always wanna come out and motherfucking uh protect your motherfucking no good ass goddamn niggas. That's why they do the shit they do. I ain't allowing a motherfucker to do shit. Fuck you. You're mad when I think about it. I get mad when I see victims of drunk driving. I get mad when I see victims of this kind of motherfucking shit, domestic violence, all that motherfucking shit. Because a lot of y'all don't have the motherfucking, uh, um, have never had the goddamn job sitting with those people, explaining some shit to them. When this nasty mother, I don't give a fuck what you say about me, nigga. Yo, you caught your own motherfucking self. Trying to see, this is where that ignorance and that illiteracy worked against you, which is always gonna work against you anyway. But this is where it done fucked you up. It's still up there. She said she know what she said. She know what happened. And I'm not gonna go into a lot of little motherfucking little techniques and shit. Well, that's not really a tech. It may be techniques to some, but this is just level one investigation. Yeah, you a DJ motherfucking nasty. Mm-hmm. You spinning the dirtiest motherfucking records in the motherfucking town, nigga. I wish you would say something. I'm most sorry ass motherfuckers. Not all y'all, but just the sorry ass motherfuckers. Yeah. Oh, let me speak to some of y'all. I'm sorry. Hey, Chanel Lewis. The police was involved. Oh, yeah, she said that. Hey, Georgia girl. Hey, Todd. Hey, my Todd. My Todd. Yes. Hey, Sonya Davis. Mo. Yeah. Hey, showing up. I think I said hey. Yeah. Did I see Courtney Love in here? Oh, hey, Courtney Love. I don't know if I spoke to you or not earlier. Thank you, sweetie. Yeah. Hey, Lady Tech. Now, walk those things to you. Ain't gotta take it from me, but as a person with common sense or reasoning, you know how a conversation goes. And you know if somebody said something, if it was a hack or if you were, even if the child was mad, because I even said maybe the child was mad and lashed out or whatever. That's not what she said. Because if you that mad, would you go that far? And by now, when you take it down, because by now you got people, saying, "Oh, I'm sorry that happened to you," whatever, on both threads. At some point, I don't think they're no bad people. They'll be like, "Let me pull that back." Now let me tell you something. If you provide shelter for a motherfucker like that, and when I mean that, I mean actual shelter. When I mean like if you cover people with shit like that and they pass whatever, I mean so be it. But any dumb motherfucker to come out here and say, I did not tell y'all to take my money. I did not tell y'all to get me no house. I'm making some comparison when somebody else asks for some money for something specific. He's saying like because he didn't ask for nothing specific, that somehow make him less of a person that's asking somebody for some money. No, nigga, it don't matter what you asked for the money for and what you did with it. You did what you want to do with it. That don't make you better just because you ain't asked for specifically for a car or a house or none of that. You a bullshit ass nigga. These girls and shit got a story. And somebody with some auntie with your same last name on there was in on that particular thread. Yeah. Yeah, DC Radar. I can see that happen. Hey, over. Yeah, hey, Lady T. Yeah, you a disgusting motherfucker. I mean, the KKK need to show up on your motherfucking doorstep. I know y'all full of them over there up there in Texas. The KKK need to show up on your fucking doorstep and see what's good with your motherfucking ass. Do a wellness check on your bitch ass. Oh, and please do that. Because they gonna need a wellness motherfucking check. Give a fuck. Tired disgusting ass. Your dumb ass. You confirmed your own shit. Putting them goddamn messages up there, leaving parts out and shit like that. That already look motherfucking suspicious. And then putting up there what the girl said. I don't give a damn what you put up there on your message. I don't give a damn what videos you upload. None of that. I don't give a fuck. You a disgusting motherfucker. Hello, Mr. Kelly. Levi for Kelly.
Hey, okay, okay.
What's good?
Yeah, don't call me Mr. Kelly because they'll take that to terrorists to screen, record that and say, see, he said his name was Levi Kelly. He said his last
Okay,
name was Kelly. You heard?
okay. No, I said it, y'all, as being funny because I was reading the thing. Lord have mercy, y'all
They'll
crazy.
play that. They'll play that all day. Told you he said his name
Yeah.
was Levi Kelly. All that crazy going on. But let me
No.
get on. Let me say this before, because some of the terrorists like to pop in whenever I show up. But let me say this, man. Y'all gonna have to start putting some respect on Levi's name. When Levi's name come up, respect it. Listen, I got at least 20 videos, and I'm gonna pull some of them out for my next live. Where I told everyone, I said I was born and raised, well, part of my life up top, and I said I have the ability to look in a person's eyes and damn near tell you what they've done, or at least what they're capable of doing. Now, no one can deny that Levi did not say over the last year and a half or so. I said, this dude is the kind of dude that could watch a young girl for weeks. He's like a handyman. He's one of them niggas in the hood that, do odd jobs and shit. I said, and when that girl's mother leave, he can climb through the window and take sex from a young lady. Now that's what I said, and I got it on record. Everybody heard me say it.
I
I
know
did
that.
not know that he had allegedly molested his own daughters. I did not know that right now there's a 23, 22, 23-year-old young lady walking around that he fathered as a biologically, that when her mother was 15 years old and this nigga was 30 years old, he impregnated a 15-year-old child, and that child is walking around right now.
Hmm.
See, these are monstrous things. So
Yeah.
I looked at dude day one and told everybody this dude right here has a history out of this world. I didn't even know at the time that he had taken the life of a 5-year-old baby. And I'm gonna say something. I ain't gonna name no names. I saw a woman blogger who she has a channel. Yesterday, I saw her crying, and she said, "This is just too much on me. I can't believe he would do that to his own daughters." But the same woman a month ago was coming at me and telling me I'm wrong for calling him a baby killer. He killed a baby and showed no remorse. See, a lot of people don't know this. Sweet Tea TV is the young lady who was Larry White's cousin. He threatened her after she came on and said, "You killed my cousin." People don't know, they're not privy to the information as I am, how he tried to dispose of that baby's body, how he was on the run for 3 days, how if the little boy, the little baby's brother, did not see him take that child's life, he would have been right there with the family, mourning, pretending to mourn and cry. He would have been at the funeral. He would have been hugging the mother, patting them. See, that's that kind of person. That's the kind of person that can sit at a funeral after causing the life of your loved one to take a baby off this planet. But that same woman and a lot of these people have been coming at me saying, "Why do you keep calling him a baby killer?" Damn, because he killed the baby. But most importantly, I knew by looking in his eyes what this guy was capable of. He's the lowest form of what you would refer to a human being on this planet. Animals don't molest their own young. Animals don't molest their children. It's inconceivable that he would go to prison and come out and then molest his own daughters. Now, let me say this. He can put up all the old videos he wants. He can try to excuse it as much as he wants, but Levi did not bring this to the world. Miss Walker did not bring this to the world. No one brought this to the world but the daughters. The daughters brought it to the world. And like you said, if you look, someone, I think his mother's sister is on the thread, really confirming it. She didn't say, why are you talking about your father like that? Are you a damn lie? She basically said it happened. And it did happen. But as you know, Ms. Walker, there are no statute of limitations when it comes to sex crimes in Illinois.
Well, you said, who said it happened? Wait, I'm sorry. Go back a little bit. What you said? You said.
I said.
Go ahead.
I'm sorry. Tell me if I'm do I have an echo?
No, I can hear you.
On that thread,
the
woman who appears to be his mother's sister, which would make it his aunt, she came on and said she wasn't about drama and things of that sort. And she wanted to kind of admonish the young lady for exposing her father, but she didn't. She stopped short of that. But I tell you one thing. To all the men, Ms. Walker, you a woman. If your nephew's daughter came on social media and said that her father had been molesting her and her sisters or sister since they were children, the mother went to prison. And when the mother went to prison, he started sleeping with the children. The mother put a post up 2.5 years ago talking about how he beat her. I mean, that man has brutalized that mother. I spoke with the son. When the son put a music video out talking about how his father wasn't no good, I spoke with his son for about 45 minutes. His son, and I'm a grown man, what his son told me, this is right before his son went on Larry's channel, it made me weep. I asked the son, I said, where was your grandmother? The son, and I have it recorded, but I promised the son I wouldn't put it out, and I'm a man of my word. The son told me these words, these were his words. He said, my grandmother, she's worse than him. We told her she would never help us. Now, the daughter posted that the grandmother would hold the door and not let them in the room when the animal was beating their mother. The son told me with his own mouth that one day they pushed the door open and that animal had his knees on his mother's arms, beating her in the face. And he said it was a sight that I would never forget. Now, which I didn't know until the young lady posted it. What happened was when she went to jail, when she got out, they told her what this animal had been doing to them. When she went to jail, according to them, he had his own bedroom, but would strip stark naked and get in the bed with them. The daughter said that he even would pick the lock to get in the room to sleep with his daughters. Now, if he had to pick the lock, that means they would lock the damn door because they didn't want him in there.
Yeah.
Think about it. That he would pick the lock to go in and to molest those little girls. So to all the people that talk after Levi, why is Levi always talking about the baby killer? Why is Levi always on this nigga's head? Levi is a man. And Levi loves children. And what I saw in his eyes put me on his ass, man. I've been on his ass for 3 years. And trust me when I say, Ms. Walker, it's over for that dog. That dog is going exactly where he belongs, in a cage.
The thing about it is, they'll get mad at us, but no, we ain't bring it out. His kids talked about this shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, you report on every goddamn thing else. So I don't want to hear shit.
That's right.
Get
and
mad
what they just
shit.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, I was just cussing. Go ahead.
Well, The young man told me, he said, I can't, he said, I don't, he said, to this day, I can't even, I don't desire to watch television. And I said, why? He said, because when we would go from shelter to shelter. Now, I have to say this. I will give Crystal, his children's mother, the most respect and credit. Because according to the young girl, when she got out of jail, now she took his abuse, you know, she took all that from him. But when she got out of jail and those young little babies, them little girls told her that he was molesting them, I will give her credit for taking them and running for her life. Now, as a woman, most of the women I know, and I know you as a woman, a lot of you women listening to this, you wouldn't have ran no goddamn where. Had you came home and your children's father, your daughter's father told you while you were locked up, he was molesting them, most women would have taken care of business quick.
Yeah, I'll be going right back in.
Oh, they would have, most women would have that, see, and this is why I'm upset with a lot of people. They want to try to make excuses.
Yeah.
Do you think them little girls are lying on him, Ms. Walker?
No. And here's the thing. The same people that are trying to make excuses for him, some of them, and I ain't gonna call no names, but you know who you are. You already hang with motherfucking sketchy motherfuckers. So
Right.
Listen, I'm not surprised you're gonna come out here and give an excuse. Motherfucker.
Yeah, but what they have to understand spiritually, the people who have supported this child killer and this child molester, trust me when I tell you. Oh my God, man. You know, when you support people like that, it comes back on you. And that's fine. But he said it, he said it about a year and a half ago. He said, all of my people, he said, my people, the people that follow me, he said, are the most scandalous people on YouTube. And he's not lying. They're all the same thing. They all the same. They want me so goddamn bad. Let me tell you something, boy. I will get them. Miss Walker's got my right hand to God. I will give them my real name and address and meet them. I meet them because it's hard to get up where I live. You might get lost. I meet them on near the highway. I meet them.
Yeah.
Any of them, because they're mad at me. Now they're mad at you because you only are speaking about what the man's own daughter said about him.
Yeah. And I put it together. Now, and I'm not the one that will come out and be like, okay, I'm not gonna say, okay, defensive, this is what it is. All right. I said, okay, I got a suspicion or whatever. And I went and just sat down and did a little research, little investigation. I put it together. And this is what his kids say. Not me. His kids say.
Can't you look him in his eye? Listen, y'all, to all the people that's listening to me, man, listen to me. When that man has attacked a couple of female on the YouTube thing, y'all better start looking in people's eyes. Right. When you look at that man's eyes, you can tell that man will beat a woman down.
Yeah, he will.
He will beat a woman. Listen, that man, I'm telling you, this is on Larry White. What he did to his daughters, him impregnated a 15-year-old when he was 30, is only the tip of the iceberg. That man, let me tell you, about, is it Lotus or CODIS, Ms. Walker? You know about CODIS, don't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, when they put his DNA inside that goddamn system, don't be surprised if y'all have been in the midst of a damn serial rapist murderer. That's a low life animal.
Yeah,
that's a low life. Oh, he's the lowest as it gets.
He is. I don't know what the hell I done fucking wandered into. This is the lowest of the goddamn low around here.
The lowest of the low. And then you got people saying, well, we need to investigate. What the hell you mean you need to investigate? The man's... Wait, hold on. What more do you need to know than it coming from the daughters themselves? What the hell you need? What are you talking about? when a person's daughter describe it the way they described it, his daughters described it in detail. They described everything in detail. They said that the grandmother left them for 3 months in a house while she went to screw a nigga in Mississippi or somewhere down south. So, yeah, I said to everybody, I said when the dude in Bolingbrook said F his mama, I laughed because the young man had told me who the mother was and how she was. Listen, this is spiritual, y'all. This is a real world we living in, and according to the daughter, she said that the mother's suffering from cancer right now. The mother's suffering from cancer right now. You don't do dirt in this world and just skate on through. You got to be a low-down woman for your granddaughter to come to you and say, my daddy is touching us, he's molesting us, and you cover up for him.
Yeah.
That's the lowest of the low.
Yeah. Don't get mad. And as much as y'all motherfuckers do YouTube and motherfucking investigations and shit, don't get mad at us because the shit was uncovered.
That's right. That's right.
I went the extra step to verify the shit. And the old dummy posted that shit up down like, oh, okay, well, let me see what this says. And he fucked himself up.
I think that God.
Go ahead.
I'm so sorry. Go ahead. No, I'm so sorry. Go ahead.
Because the daughter, and you can tell with the court, the conversation she was having from whomever, and you see conveniently that piece of the conversation is missing. You can tell how that girl responded. Mm-hmm. That this is factual, but nevertheless, the kid's the one that came out and said it.
I believe, for the first moment I laid eyes on that low down, big nose son of a bitch, I believe in my heart that God sent him to me, not y'all, but me. I believe that in my heart, my right hand to the Most High God, because God understands that I am nothing to play with when it comes to this paperwork, when it comes to this law. I don't care about this YouTube stuff. I really don't. I don't care about the cap and the talking and this, that, and the third. No. All I care about is justice. All I care about is justice. I've said it openly, even if my own cousin, I love Robert. I love that man. I said, even if he had violated a child, hey, shit, off with his head, whatever happens. But the man that I know would never do that. And all I wanted was for the process to play out in a fair way. However, I want y'all to think. The young lady, one of his daughters said he tried to screw all of my high school friends. Okay, that's what she said. Listen, he put a video up there yesterday, and in the video, he's talking to his daughter, and he said, and she says, "Remember, you used to go up." He said, "Remember, I used to come up to your school all the time. Remember, I'll be sitting in your school, like actually with y'all in school." You know, he's short, little and short and shit, so they probably thought his ass was a freshman. But he would go up to the school. Listen, man. Come on, Miss Walker. You seem to be the kind of woman who I could tell that you were involved in your children's education or your child's education. I could tell that. And so was I. But you only go to the school for parent-teacher conference to speak with the, something going on. But you go and you sometimes, you monitor the child and this, that, and the third. What grown man stands around their daughter's damn school all the time? She said, "Yeah, daddy." And when they would see you out, they would say, "Yeah, we saw your dad." All of them knew you. But then the woman comes back the other day and says that you were trying to sleep with all of my high school friends. She said that he put her 17-year-old cousin or whatever aunt or whatever out because she wouldn't sleep with him. The little boy told me, he said, the worst day of my life was when he made us come back to that house. He said, we cried and we begged. That's what the boy told me. He said, when I walked in the house, first of all, he said that he made them come back so he can get the food stamps. Because whoever had them wanted their food stamps. So he made them come back. And he said that he walked in the house and the animal was on the floor with a crackhead looking woman on a dirty mattress, laid up. And he said, I remember walking in the kitchen and he said the garbage was piled up down there to the ceiling, the dishes in the sink. He said, and I looked closely and it was maggots in the garbage and it was maggots in the goddamn sink. He said that was the worst day of my life. He said that his mother left with him in the middle of the night while he was out DJing at a party. He said his mother woke them up and said, let's go, get up, and took them to an abused shelter for abused women. And he said that it was like prison because they couldn't let nobody know what the children and the women were in that facility. He said, so it was like real secluded. It was like prison. And he said they would only let us watch television, I think for a half hour or something like that. And he said, most kids, when you come home, you want to watch the cartoons, and from school, you want to watch, like kids do. Television is a kid's joy. When you're a kid, that's all we did was watch TV, And he said the fact that they wouldn't let us watch TV, he said, I don't even watch TV now. As a grown man, I don't watch TV. So I'm going to get off of here, man. But I had to say to y'all, let not your hearts be troubled. Okay, I've said it 1,000 times. This is a country of laws. It's not a country of men. And one day y'all gonna understand that how people feel don't mean nothing. This is a country of laws. And I'd be goddamn if the Cook County prosecutors do not do their goddamn job. If a 30-year-old grown-ass man impregnated a 15-year-old and the child had a child, I'll be goddamn. Y'all talking about where were the parents? Shit, boy, you don't want Levi to get out there with no goddamn signs. Now, I will protest in front of that motherfucker.
You gonna stomp all the way from Detroit to Chicago to Texas.
You damn right. You damn right. Because they gonna do their goddamn job. That's a fact. They gonna do their job.
It's crazy. And they'll get mad at us for talking about it or whatever. And see, I did a little investigation, try to put it together. This is what your children said. Your children said it. I ain't say the shit. I don't know you. And the girl ain't take it down. This is Thursday. Ain't nobody took nothing down.
Hell no, she said she wasn't taking it down. And they were talking. Listen, I'm going to say this real quick, Ms. Walker. One of the girls said that somebody said that the grandmother was going to come see them or something. Now you tell me this. Now the girl said that if her grandmother walk up on them, basically she said they will beat her down. Now who talks about their grandmother like that?
What?
Oh, she said she will get folded up. She will get beat down. Now that's a child telling you that woman knew exactly what he was doing to them and turned a deaf ear and a blind eye to the abuse. To the abuse. I was sweetheart. Let me say this real quick. I was in what was I at? I was in Ohio, Cleveland, Ohio, and I had a female friend in Cleveland, and we were going out to California on vacation. And I stopped by her house, and there was a little boy that was her friend's son. He was a little bitty boy. He was about 4 or 5 years old. And when the mother called and said, we're about to pick the little boy up, I'm in Cleveland, Ohio, sitting there with her. He said, we about to pick the little boy up, the 5-year-old boy, 5 or 6. She sent her boyfriend to get the little boy. This is Levi talking. This happened in my life. When she said, oh, he's about to come get you, that little 5-year-old boy said, I don't want to go with him. I don't want to go with him. And I said, why? I said, come here, little man. I said, why not? He said, I don't want to go with him. I had to go visit my relatives in Cleveland before we left. We were flying out to California. And I said to her, I said, remind me. I waited for the guy to come. And when the guy came, I looked at him. I got his license plate. And I gave him a real hard, he looked at me and I looked at him. And he started talking about my truck or whatever. Like, you from Detroit? I said, yeah. So I'm looking at dude in his eyes. So I tell my girl at the time, I said, remind me to look into that child. I want the mother's name, this, that, and the third. Man, we get back to Cleveland. And I get back to her house in Cleveland. We go out to a club. We leaving that morning to get on a flight. I'm drinking. We get to California. We having a nice time. I swear, Ms. Walker, for about a month, I totally forgot about that little boy. One day I woke up in the middle of the night and called her and said, what's that little boy's name? And this, that, and the third. And it kind of went away. I did contact the authorities, but that hurt me. I was younger at the time. You know, I was turning up outside, but it hurt me that I did not follow up on that little boy, because I'm the kind of nigga that will go to the woman's goddamn house. I swear to God I am. I will go to her house. I was planning on knocking on her door and saying to the nigga, listen, if you ever look at this little boy the wrong way, it's going to be a problem. I would have had niggas on I-75 on the turnpike. I don't believe in children being abused. And that was one time in my life that I dropped the ball. And to this day, it haunts me that I was so busy outside turning up that I didn't check on that little boy. When a child cries out and says, I don't want to go with him, as grown adults, we're supposed to act.
Yeah.
Anyone that wants to defend these girls that put that up there, you ain't shit. You're a low down dog.
Exactly. And don't come fucking with me. And you best believe I'm be scanning that motherfucking chat. And let one of you motherfuckers say something. I'm gonna light y'all ass up as soon as I have a chance. Cause I don't want to hear none of that shit. You motherfuckers don't be all in the goddamn nature of making excuses or whatever when everybody else get goddamn attacked for less or lied on. But this came out his own kid's mouth. I don't want to hear none of that shit. I promise you, I might talk about your mama. And you know I don't do that. I might talk about your mama. I mean it. Because y'all have shit all lined up in the wrong way. And this is not right.
It is so sad, but at the same time, I'm on it, y'all. And I'm gonna come back on your live. He's gonna be arrested very soon. Listen, Ms. Walker, I promise you, you're the first live that I come on once he's arrested. Okay, I'm coming to your live, and I want everybody to remember what I said. Okay, this is a country of laws, not a country of men. And trust me, he's going to prison for life. He's going to prison for a long time. A long time. Once that them DNA results come back, it's a wrap. It's a wrap. He's done. So, all right, Ms. Walker, I get off of here. I know the terrorists want to start in on me, so let me go on. I'll be listening though.
All right.
Have a nice day. Bye-bye.
All right, you too. Thank you. Yeah, this is crazy. But yet, we're the ones that end up being attacked. Oh, it's so wrong. They're doing so wrong. What about all that shit that motherfucker do to others? I don't hear none of that shit. I promise you I don't. What's up, Miss Lady T?
Nothing, chilling.
Girl.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is crazy.
Now who made you mad?
No, I just know how these people get down. You know what I'm saying? And they'll blame it on, and at least don't y'all think it deserves a goddamn a question? You automatically gonna side or whatever?
Mm-hmm.
It's plumb ridiculous.
It is.
Yeah.
That's all I do. I staying in my lane. That's all.
Yeah, that's some bullshit. Y'all the worst, some of y'all the worst motherfuckers ever on this planet. I'm
It came
telling
out.
you.
It came out the daughter out of her own mouth.
Yeah. All that shit.
Cause
And
when I read,
don't call him no unfit father. Why not? The judge called him that. The child support office called him that. Shit.
cause when I read it, I was like, oh my God.
Yeah.
I was
And
like, am I dreaming? I was like, am I dreaming? And when I read it, I was like, am I dreaming or what? I said, I hope I'm not dreaming.
And why the person that's apparently kin to you on her thread, why the fuck she ain't say, girl, this ain't right? Why that person ain't say that shit? That appear to be the auntie. The fuck she ain't say it. The hell wrong with y'all? I wish your motherfucker would. I'm keeping check too. I'm keeping check. Now I'm scared, boy. Ooh, say something. Tell you about your dirty ass. I'm gonna tell you about your dirty ass. I mean that. I'm gonna tell you about your dirty ass. I ain't read a motherfucking so long. It's about time. I'm gonna tell you about your dirty ass.
Oh, don't bring back half dead.
Half dead ain't been alive in a minute.
You may have to bring back half dead.
Yeah. I don't hear shit about nothing being old. If shit old, then that should apply to every goddamn thing. I want to hear that about that bullshit. You illiterate motherfuckers. Who the hell would be down with some shit like that? What kind of shit is this? Fuck who you support or who you don't support. That's some fucking crazy ass shit. That child said it. Somebody found it. I ain't got nothing to do with that. That child said it. Yeah. Your bitch ass.
I'll just come up here and say what you was doing, who made you mad, do I got to fight?
Child, girl, yeah. Because I know how these people are spinning. All of a sudden, it be we the bad people. No, motherfucker, the motherfucker with the allegations like that, the bad person. Yeah, get your ass somewhere and sit it motherfucking down.
Well, I'll be back in the chat.
All right, honey. That's why people get away with the shit they get away with, or feel like they can just continue to do this shit because of people like some of y'all. It's at some point you got to say, this ain't right. I'm gonna tell you this. I had a person that called themselves looking out for me. Of course, it's somebody black. They so happen to be in charge of the funds. So I'm gonna tell you what they did though. They were proposing that they pretty much they gonna shit a person out their motherfucking money. They gonna give me some extra. They gonna take some extra, and they gonna shit this person. I'm like, hell no. It ain't have nothing to do with no motherfucking being no lawyer, none of that bullshit. It had something to do with what's right. And how that is so wrong on all levels. No, I don't need you to look out for me. And you shouldn't be looking out for yourself. Like shit like that. I don't get down with shit like that. I don't. And from that point on, you know, I try not to let the person know that I was looking at them funny, but that's exactly what I was doing. I backed up off their ass. I don't give a damn if it is a white man. You know, I don't get down like that, baby. Sorry. And if you do, fine. But y'all frame it up. Oh, it's so sad. They hate somebody so much. No, what about what was said? What about the situation? Ain't got nothing to do with hating nobody that motherfucking much. This motherfucker fuck with me all the time. I don't say shit. And sometimes I don't say shit back. Unless half dead is him. But you got to think about it. Who am I having a conversation with and why? I would never talk to you in real life. Never. What we gonna talk about? The current fashion. Some education. Politics. Like, what we gonna talk about? Really? But I'm not saying I'm better. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying we don't have any similarities. And the shit you into, a lot of it, and the shit you support, I definitely don't. So we're not going to be able to have a conversation. We're not going to be able to hang. We don't be able to do shit. So I don't want no motherfucker like that referring to me. No way, no how. If I ain't talking about your motherfucking ass, don't come fucking with me. Disgusting ass. Yeah, and why you ain't go tell the kids to take that shit down or to straighten it out? Why you ain't go directly to the kids? Well, that correspondence of you going to the kids, not nobody else. Why you ain't go to the motherfucking kids? See, this is what I'm talking about. This is how you know a motherfucker is guilty. You need to post. It's okay posting old shit, whatever. But since this motherfucking shit, you need to post something motherfucking recent. Have on the motherfucking line or something. Put that up. Why you ain't go to her? Can't fool me. That old motherfucking street shit. I swear some of you motherfuckers are terrible. Like the worst motherfuckers ever. But yeah, I'm finna get off here because I done kept y'all for 2 hours. But let me get off here. So, you know. Thanks again to the panelists, the host, the hostess, and the guests, and everybody else. Make sure you love yourself, love someone else, and do something good for somebody else. We're gonna put another one in the book. Until the next live. Love you. I am out, y'all. I'm out. And thanks again always for y'all support. Thank you so much and encouragement. Thank you.